Good morning, everyone. It's a beautiful day here, and Jason has asked me to do a garden tour. So we're going to try something new. We're going to do a little garden tour, but not talk about everything. We're going to talk about the highlights for each garden. So let's get started in the patio garden. This is the patio garden today. And probably the greatest thing in the patio garden at the moment would be the hyacinths. I'm going to say the hyacinths. Planted these last year, but I do love the grape hyacinths. Now, there is actually lots going on with the containers, and it's hard to pick a favorite, but maybe I think my favorite at the moment, and I don't know if this counts, but we've got two comfrey plants from Andrea, and they are coming up, so that's very exciting. We have one more that still hasn't peeked its head out, but in terms of the container area, that's pretty exciting. Horseradish. These guys are pretty cute, though. So there are some other things going on in the container area, but still a little bit early. I did buy a new mint and replaced I didn't care for it. It was like peppermint or I don't know. I didn't like it. And here we have the left-hand garden. The names for these gardens are pretty lame. I gotta do a better job. The highlight over here might just be, is it the Jerusalem sage? The sea holly? Ranculus. No. I'm going to call it a tie between the Oriental poppy and the bowl of beauty peony, both of which came from, no, this one came from our yard. Oh, they both came from our yard. Both of these came from our yard, from our apartment, and they are doing really well this year. Last year, not so much. I planted this peony last year, and it never came up, but this year, it's looking very promising. If you've watched our videos from last year, you'll remember these voodoo lilies. I think they're voodoo lilies. They stink. Now, there's not much happening in the berry garden area. Don't have the raspberries yet. Only have one blueberry. The currant is over in the container garden. Jason planted that up yesterday, and it's looking really good. Over in the Plot of Heaven tomato garden, formerly known as the artichoke garden, not much going on. We never did get our hoops in or protection to plant some other things, but I think very soon we're going to have to start moving on the tomato cage that goes here. Over here in the right-hand garden, again, not the greatest name, newly edged, but needs a little more love. In terms of the highlight over here, I would have to say that it's going to be this guy. Already blooming. It's a Brunera. I know because we kept the tag. There's a bit of concern that our Japanese maple croaked. We had that horrible heat dome last year, and a lot of the leaves got burnt off and dropped early. And at the moment, there does not appear to be any growth on the tree, so we're going to give it some time. It's still early. The in-bed garden has the cold frames on it, and there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. There's so much excitement, it's really hard to decide what to talk about, but oh, I do have one favorite thing. But here's a look at all the things we got going on in here. Some of these need to come out and be actually put out where they need to go. Lots of zinnias in there. And these for sure are the highlights of the bed at the moment. Heart-shaped radishes. Now, these are our onion sets. We started them indoors at our house and they developed roots. We put them outside and then we brought them over here and transplanted them, but you can see that white stuff that's around some of them. And Jason says some of them are a little squishy, so these might not work. Luckily for me, I'd forgotten that I'd ordered some more onion sets and they're on the way, so we'll see what happens.
There's one there, one there, one there, two there. There's some that don't have them yet, but...
So this is Jason's carrot box. Man, that's exciting. This is the job for Jason today, to plant up his chitted parsnip seeds. Very exciting. Lovely little bed. Now we're going to take a look at the raised bed garden area. The leeks are starting to be amazing. I also have what I thought was purple sprouted broccoli. I'm not so sure. I got it in way too late, watching everyone else talk about how they got it in like June and July and August. So ours didn't go in until like November. It's probably a little bit too late. We're going to get this bed ready. This is going to be a lettuce bed. This is going to be the corn bed. We're going to get everything out of here pretty soon. Well, before corn. And put the corn, squash, and beans in here. This is the garlic today. I was a little concerned about some of the yellow tips on some of the older leaves, but the new leaves still look good. Potatoes. Highlight in the wildflower bed at the moment. Probably the tiny little daffodils. Hello. In this bed, Jason is growing his greenery for his compost bin. That's a hairy vetch and some daikon radish tops. So pretty soon that's going to get mowed down. We're not going to let it go to seed. I'd say in terms of the raised garden beds, this is probably the most impressive looking one. We haven't eaten tons out of here, but we have some magical kale. Right here, this is the red Russian. Utterly delicious. Some pak choi that I think we're going to eat this week. And Jason is growing his broad beans over here. We also have some carrots. I took out some baby carrots last week, so definitely probably the best looking bed, which is good because it's closest to the house. Now, I set up a trap with beer in it, and it's empty right now, so I'm thinking Snowy had a little late night one night, and I'm going to have to rethink how I set my traps for the slugs. We don't need a drunk Snowy. Here we have the shade garden, and there's a couple exciting things over here, but the bleeding heart is coming on, and I would say I'm going to call that the highlight over here. I'm looking forward to that. Oh my god, I take it back. This is the highlight. My snakehead lilies are blooming. These are the coolest things. And on our gardening trip here, we are checking out Jason's compost pile. How's it going, Jason?
It's going really good. Yeah, really good. Really good. I've got a little surprise for you.
Oh, you you've got me some flowers.
Aren't they nice?
Yes, look at
Yes.
that.
Just great. Just great. Put them here.
Oh, so sweet.
Yep.
That's some steamy compost.
This pile
Yes.
was 155.
Yes.
This pile
Yeah?
was 145. Pretty exciting. So this pile here is 15 days old. Flipped 3 times. You want to see it?
Yeah.
Let's see it. Very compost smelling. Oh yeah, we got a trial coming up.
You need a new pair of gloves.
I do. And I'm super proud of this. It takes a little bit longer to flip the compost, but you know, you can't beat free. So,
Good for you.
awesome.
I'm back over here in the left-hand garden because Jason wanted me to show you his favorite plant, the Solomon seal. Got these free from Peggy next door. Last but not least is the back garden bed. And I'd say for sure the highlight of this bed is going to be these lovely daffodils. Look at these. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the tour. Things are going to be really popping next month when we do our next tour for April.
Starting to come up. And the icicle radish I planted here is coming up. And
Yes,
it's coming up in a strange pattern. I thought I did rose, but apparently you can't eat love. Apparently you can eat love. So